Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you, Charles, for that musical treat. You certainly know the trick. Wonderful to welcome everybody for this Shabbat evening service to Congregation Beth-El. We are Rabbi Sandy and Dennis Sasso. Welcome to our home, and we feel welcome to your home. And everybody tonight is especially welcome to the Fox home with Margot and Dan and Haley and Avery, who becomes a bat mitzvah tonight. I am joined in leading the service with Cantor Melissa Cohen and Rabbi Jenny Greenspan. And this is truly an affair of state. So our president, Dan Fox, and family are sitting in the Beth-El White House, and we are welcoming delegations from across the country and beyond. I understand we have people from Florida, Kentucky, Louisiana, Colorado, New York, Maryland, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Illinois, Ohio, Texas, Arizona, Rhode Island, Missouri, New Jersey, Kansas, California, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, Washington, D.C., and Washington State, and also people from Ontario and Edmonton, Canada, and people joining us from Israel. So it's wonderful to come together as one big family to celebrate Shabbat and to celebrate this milestone with Avery. We are going to begin by inviting Avery to lead us in blessings with the family. But first, I call your attention to the website where you can access resources for tonight's evening service. The website is bez613.org, and there you will find links to the Kol HaNeshama prayer book, as well as to the songs and resources that we will be using at the service tonight. So we begin by asking the Foxes to unmute, and Avery will chant the blessing over the Shabbat candles as we usher this special Shabbat.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav b'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Asher
Kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. We're going to ask the mom and dad now to read the meditation on page 116 that will introduce the Kiddush, which will then be chanted by Avery on page 119. So first, mom and dad, page 116, and then Avery, raise your Kiddush cup for page 119.
The commandment to bless this wine is a commandment to drink life as deeply as we drink from this cup.
It is a commandment to bless life and to love deeply. It is a commandment to remember with Shabbat heart, to act with Shabbat hands, to see the world with Shabbat eyes.
It is a commandment to laugh until we are laughter, to sing until we are all song, to dance until we are all dance, to love until we are all love. This is the wine that God has commanded us to bless and drink.
Avery?
Baruch.
Strong.
You're right.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kadsho b'ahava uvratzim yimchelanu, zikaron lama'aseh v'reishit, kihu yam tehila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziad mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta, ve'atanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, b'shabbat kodeshecha, be'ahava uvratzim, ki chaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. L'chaim.
Chaim.
Haley, can we ask you to join with Avery in holding up that beautiful challah that Margot made,
On the
It's
plate.
gonna break. Okay.
and together recite?
Ooh, there's some big house.
Wow, a lot of big challahs. I see. Okay, say the bracha together as a family.
Ready? 3, 2.
Don't drop it over her head.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen.
This is from our wedding. We wanted to share it.
Show it again. Is that the challah cover?
Debbie and my late Aunt Pat
From Canada.
from Canada.
Beautiful. Is that a dove over making the Star of David? Very pretty. So we're going to ask you to come together as a family, and with the extended good wishes of the grandfathers, Stuart Fox and Alan Hamburger, who share in the joy of this day, we will recite the blessing over the family. All of you who are gathered with family and friends also come together as close as you are comfortable. And we say the ancient words for our sons, Yesimcha Elohim ke Ephraim v'chi Menashe. May God bless you as God blessed Ephraim and Manasseh, the sons of Joseph. For our daughters, we say Yesimech Elohim ke Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May God bless you as God bless Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, our mothers. And for all our families, our community, Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yihuneka. May God be gracious to you and show you kindness. Isa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha ve'lach shalom. May God look with favor upon all of us and grant us a Shabbat of joys, a life of health and of peace. And let us say Amen.
Amen.
You can kiss and hug. And now that we have made good wishes for one another, we're going to invite the Shabbat Angels of Joy and Peace to join us as a community in Shalom Aleichem, page 13. Welcome the angels of joy and of peace.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamalachim hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch hu ni leshalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Tzitchem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Now we turn to a psalm for the Kabbalat Shabbat to prepare to receive Shabbat. And you may follow on page 25. The first 4 lines of Psalm 96. Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash. Let us sing unto God a new song.
Yallay, lallay, lay, lallay, lallay, lay, lallay, lallay, lay, lallay, lalai, shiru ladonai, shir chadash, shiru ladonai, kol haaretz, shiru ladonai, baruchu shemo, pasru miyom leyom yeshuato, sapru vagoyim kevodo bechol העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומולני עוד נורא הוא על כל אלוהים יאילי לי יאלי ללי ני יאלי ללי ני יאלי ללי ני ללי ללי שבת שלום Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Now we turn to the special moment of Kabbalat Shabbat as we welcome Shabbat in the words of Lecha Dodi. Welcome the bride, the queen of Shabbat. We'll be singing the first and second verses and then the closing verse, page 41, 43, and 47. Come, my friends, let us greet the bride, the presence of Shabbat. Let us bring inside.
לך לך דודי לקראת גאלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי לקראת גאלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת עליתי לה לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מכל הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה, תחילה לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה. בואי חלה לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Well, Shabbat is with us. It has joined us from the four corners of the earth and from the four corners of our Zoom screen. And now we prepare to become a community and enter into the evening prayer. So together, Hinei Matov Umanaim. Charles will play the song and let us all sing from our places. How good and pleasant it is for family and friends to come together. As a united community, we now affirm the unity of God in the words of the Shema, page 65. Please follow along with the Shema and the Ve'ahavta.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Hashem kavod v'chutol le'olam va'ed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבביך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם באותה ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Shema and the Ve'ahavta contain biblical verses tying us to one another and God's oneness. And our next prayer, V'shamru, also cites from biblical verses the importance of Shabbat and keeping all of us and God all together. So we'll turn to page 85 for V'shamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת, וינפש שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Like to invite the foxes to come off of mute and have Avery share the reading from page 84 on the meaning of those verses we just sang.
Let Israel's descendants keep Shabbat, making Shabbat throughout all their generations as an eternal bond. Between me and Israel's descendants shall it be a sign eternally. For in 6 days the fashioner of all made skies and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased and drew breath of rest.
God drawing a breath of rest and us drawing a breath of rest for Shabbat, we also turn to a need for a breath of healing. And so we'll take a moment to say, God of our ancestors, as you have cared for all of the children of Israel and all of the children of this world, we ask you to care for our beloved community members who are in need of healing. This week as a community, we think of Jim Fleischer, Shirley Steinman, Ron Safran, Liam Samulian, Cassie Goldstein, Aaron Linderman, Rick Malecki, Lisa Sachs, Betty Lefkowitz, Bonnie Kaplan, Elaine Safran, Lincoln Everett, Larry Baker, Sue Graham, Harav Yaakov Zvi Ben Liba, Juan Lewis, Judy Resnick, Roger Lord, and Herb Lefkowitz. We invite you all as Cantor Melissa is singing and as Charles plays our prayer, which can be found on our song sheet. If you are comfortable sharing names in the chat, please share any other names that you are holding on to or holding in your hearts this evening. We say Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with Refuah Shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Dear God, for all those we've mentioned aloud and in the chat, and for all whose names and whose beings we hold close, please be with them in their times of sickness and suffering. Treat them with compassion and guard them safely through danger, and lend them a portion of your strength. This time we take a moment of silent prayer, a Shabbat Amidah time. Invite us to think about a blessing or an experience that has brought us to this beautiful Shabbat of celebration of Avery and the whole Fox family, and any blessing or lesson from this work this week. Just take a moment to hold on to it and let it bring you into this beautiful Shabbat of celebration. Turn to page 106, and I invite Avery to read the English meditation to conclude our Amidah space.
Dear God, protect my tongue from evil and my lips from telling lies. May I turn away from evil and do what is good in your sight. Let me be counted among those who seek peace. May my words of prayer and my heart's meditation be seen favorably. Beloved one, my rock and my redeemer, may the one who creates harmony above make peace for us and for all Israel, and for all who dwell on earth, and say, Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Avery. In addition to the historic significance of Avery's becoming a bat mitzvah, this week and the days ahead hold important dates in the history of our people. memorial times and also times of positive developments. And I'd like to share with you just a few of them. Just a couple of days ago, October 28th, we marked the 55th anniversary of what is known as the Nostra Itate Declaration. The Catholic Church issued an important declaration repenting of past wrongs and negative teachings against Judaism. And this signaled the beginning of positive relationships between the Catholic Church and eventually other Protestant denominations and the Jewish people. On October 28, 1978, Begin and Sadat were given the Nobel Peace Prize for their efforts in bringing about the Camp David Accords, which were concluded in 1978. And then on November 2nd, just a few days down, 1917, we will be marking the 103rd anniversary of what is known as the Balfour Declaration. It was a British statement of sympathy for Zionist hopes and aspirations, and it eventuated in the establishment of the State of Israel several decades afterwards. But that was the beginning of the process that led to that internationally. On a sad note, October 29th, just yesterday, we marked the 25th anniversary of the assassination of Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, one of the key architects of the Oslo Accords between Israel and the Palestinians. As many of you know, he was shot dead by a right-wing radical who was against the Accords, which many would have hoped would have brought promise of peace. It left Israeli society divided and world Jewry in deep mourning. At the end of the service this evening, we will sing Shir LaShalom. It was the song that was being sung at the rally which he carried in print in his pocket and was penetrated by the bullet that killed him. And also this week, we mark the second anniversary of the Tree of Life Synagogue massacre in Pittsburgh. All of these dates come together in the context of another significant event in the life of our nation, and that is, of course, elections that are just a few days down the line. I'd like to ask Jackie if she could post the words that we are going to briefly review and then read a prayer together. I don't know if you can see it there, but these are the words of an address given by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1940, at the end of the 1940 campaign, voicing his deep sense regarding the solemn meaning of Election Day. It begins with a reflection or meditation and ends with a prayer. He says, "We vote as free people, impelled only by the urgings of our own wisdom and our own conscience. Dictators have forgotten, or perhaps they never knew, that the opinion of all the people, freely formed and freely expressed, without fear or coercion, is wiser than the opinion of any one person or any small group of people. Everyone has a continuing responsibility for the government we choose, because democracy is not just a word to be shouted at rallies. Democracy is much more than mere lip service. Freedom of speech is of no use to the one who has nothing to say. A free election is of no use to the one who is too indifferent to vote." And his hope is that after the votes are counted, the United States of America will stand united. So at this Shabbat before the elections, let us recite the prayer that he offered at that time. I have slightly abbreviated and modified it. If you can see it, please read it from your places. O God, who has entrusted to us this good land for our heritage, may we always prove ourselves a people mindful of your favor, glad to do your will. Bless our land with honorable industry, sound learning, and pure manners. Save us from violence, discord, and confusion, from pride and arrogance, and from every evil way. Protect our liberties, and fashion into one united people the multitudes brought hither out of the many kindreds and tongues. Endow with the spirit of wisdom those to whom we entrust the authority of government, that there may be justice and peace at home and among the nations of the earth. In times of prosperity, fill our hearts with thankfulness, and in days of trouble, suffer not our trust and our faith to fail. And let us say, Amen. So this is our hope, this is our aspiration, and it is now entrusted to each one of us to do what we think is proper for the future of our nation. We are going to conclude this moment in the service as the cantor leads us with another beautiful song that we are all familiar with, and of course, written by Irving Berlin, one of proud Jewish Americans.
These words are also found on our Shabbat resources on this song sheet for this evening if you want to join along with me. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you. And as we celebrate our nature, our nation, and those who have helped to make it so, we also think of loved ones who are no longer with us and who have been part of the fabric not only of our families, but of our country. On this Shabbat, we remember loved ones who have died in recent days and weeks: Emma Juliette Krause, Margaret Peg Romano, Herbert Olshever, Douglas Perry, Frida Paris Sanders, Raymond Smith Jr. We remember the 11 lives lost in the shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh 2 years ago this week. And we mark the 25th anniversary of the assassination of Israel's Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, October 29. And as always, we honor the memories of those who have died as a result of the pandemic we face as a nation and as a worldwide community. We keep in our hearts all loved ones, the anniversary of whose death we observe this week as we sanctify the name of God and honor memory in the words of the Kaddish, page 131. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra kirute ve'yamlich malchute ve'chayechon ve'yomechon uvechaye dechol Beit Israel ba'agala ubizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ule'olmei olmaya yitparach ve'yishtabach ve'yipar ve'yitroman ve'yitnasseh ve'yithadar ve'yitale ve'yithalal shemei dekudsha berichu le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlamar Rabbah min shemaya ve'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromav u'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. May God, the source of peace, grant comfort to all who are bereaved, peace to the household of Israel and to all humanity. And let us say, Amen. Thank you. You may be seated as you rose for the Kaddish. And it is my pleasure now to invite the Vice President of our congregation, Todd Maurer, to extend greetings and to make some announcements on behalf of our officers and board.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi.
Hey,
I'd like to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom, especially notice that we have so many people joining us from around the country. It's nice to see family and friends from all over joining in to support Avery, and Mazel Tov to you, Avery Fox. I've known for so many years, and we're so proud of you. And I also want to extend a Mazel Tov to your mom and dad, our friends Dan and Margot Fox, and to two very loving and supportive grandfathers that you have, who I see all the time supporting and cheering you on, Alan Hamburger and Stuart Fox. So a Mazel Tov to the whole family. Avery, I have but one question for you right now. Are you ready for tomorrow? That's the question you thought, right? Please join us tomorrow morning before Avery's service begins at 10. Join us at 9:30 and tune in for Rabbi Jenny's Torah Talk. And then at 10 o'clock, Avery will join us and lead us in a wonderful Shabbat morning service, which we're all very excited about. And you can zoom in and join us like you are now. A couple of brief announcements. Our adult education class continues on this Sunday, November 1st. We start with Hebrew 1, More Than Aleph, at 9 a.m. via Zoom with Dina David. And then Refreshing Judaism at 10 a.m., also on Zoom with Rabbi Dennis. All of these programs that we have going on this year can all be found on our Beth-El Zedek website. Again, a Mazel Tov to everyone, a Shabbat Shalom, and I look forward to tomorrow morning, Avery.
and sitting next to Todd is the one who got us started with these special B'nai Mitzvah celebrations, Annie, who
Bella.
Bella.
I'm sorry, that's hey Bella, who led the way. So any words of advice there?
Words of advice.
Mazel tov.
What's her advice?
Bella, any words of advice to our bat mitzvah, given your experience?
Speak loudly,
And loudly and
slowly.
there you go. See, you remember. Thanks, Bella.
Listens to her rabbi.
That's right. Well, it's great to celebrate the beginning of Avery's bat mitzvah Shabbat. We hope that you will all join us tomorrow. And we are now going to close the song with the service with a song for peace, Shir La Shalom, in memory of the 25th anniversary of Rabin's assassination, a hope for peace. And if we can post the words, or you can look at them in the resources, please join the cantor from your places.
They're on the Shabbat song sheet, and I hope that you'll join me, sing along. To Hashem nishlach ador, mibat laprachim, al tabitu le'achor, hanichu la'ochim, seru hinayim betikva, lo derech habanot. שירו שיר לאהבה ולא למלחמות. אל תגידו יום יבוא, הביאו את היום, כי לא חלום הוא בכל הכיכרות, הריעו לשלום. אחים נקשיבו שיר לשלום, הליל פשוט תפילה. מוטב תשירו שיר לשלום, בצל הגדולה. אחים נקשיבו Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, and thanks to Sherry and to Jackie for keeping us connected, and Charles for the music. And Avery, we had 4 full screens for you, about 100 people plugging in. Multiply that, we have about 300 people attending your bat mitzvah this Friday evening. And if we count Bella, 301. So it's been a wonderful celebration, and we look forward to services tomorrow. Shabbat Shalom. Stay on for a while and exchange greetings, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, rabbis. Thank you, Cantor.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Jackie.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Y'all,
Shabbat Shalom, Avery.
nicely done, Avery.
Shabbat Shalom. Mazel tov, foxes.
Shabbat Shalom. Mazel tov.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Congrats, Avery.
Good luck.
Shabbat shalom, Aaron.
Mazel tov.
Mazel
See you tomorrow.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Shabbat Shalom. Mazel tov, Avery.
Everybody.
Thanks.
What was that God Bless America thing all about?
Are you starting now?
Avery.
You're still in the car.
Howie, I know you guys are in Canada, but the rest of us are in the US.
Hi, Ken.
Wait till you see our sign for
Ziva.
tomorrow.
Hi, Ziva.
Hi, Ziva.
Hi, Aunt Myrna. Hi, Uncle Myron. Hi, Aunt Carol.
Hi, Debbie and Howie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, LJ.
Welcome to the international side.
Don't have
See?
to repeat it.
We're so excited for you guys.
Hey, Mazel tov, Avery.
Dan, is Bart in Champagne?
I was going to say hello to Steve Klein, but I can't find him now.
Yes, he is.
You could do it in a chat. You do it in a chat.
Well, I don't think he's there anymore.
Hi, Lisa.
Marty, I hear you, but I
Or you could just call.
Hi,
him.
David and Carol.
He'll get my email.
Is Bart in Champagne?
Yes, he
Yes.
is.
Oh, he
I can't take the chicken out. I don't think it's hot enough.
Okay.
Margot, thanks for using the challah cover. It made
Yeah.
me cry.
Thanks for making
Oh,
it.
I'm glad I could make you cry. Thank you for
Thanks for making it for us.
We try.
Good job.
Thank you.
That was good.
We'll have some more fun tomorrow, you guys. Shabbat shalom to
believe it.
everybody and mazel tov. Mazel tov.
Thank
you, Howie.
you. Mwah.
Hey, Norm.
Night, guys. See you
I get to
tomorrow.
make faces at Avery.
What?
What?
I get to make faces to Avery tomorrow.
I just want to know, will we be having tuna fish at the kiddush lunch? Because I really like tuna.
There'll be corned beef back at our house.
The hero is going to be.
Amazing
Good
hamburger.
night, guys. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Great job.
How'd you trip?
Mark, how'd you trip?
Good.
How'd you trip? How'd
We
you trip?
just got into town.
Oh,
You
good.
see what we did with Zoom?
That's Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
Avery, you see what we did? This is just the background. We're really in our house.
Right.
The mobile home.
It's a virtual trip.
I like that. At least from your side, I'll let people in.
All right, we would love to hang out with everybody, but I think that the rabbis and the staff want to move along. Look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow.
Thank you for coming.
Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Tomorrow.
Shalom.
Mazel tov, Avery.
You driving, Mike?
Shabbat shalom.
You've got a self-driving car.
Great job. That's a wrap. See you in the
By the
morning.
way, belatedly.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, see you in the morning.
Counting down 3, 2, 1. It's a wrap.
Boom.